Hey everyone, welcome back to Garnock Reviews, and today we're checking out a 2005 Great Harbour GH37. At the time of shooting this video, she was up for sale in Jacksonville, Florida with an asking price of $359,000. And I've been fortunate to get on several Great Harbours since starting my channel, and I'm a big fan of these boats. They're very capable boats that are economical to cruise, they're low maintenance. And this particular one measures in at 43 feet in length. She's got a maximum bridge clearance of 15 feet, so she is capable of doing a great loop. You're looking at a shallow draft of only 3 feet and a very wide beam of 16 feet, so giving you plenty of stability. And part of that is also she's got 300 gallons of fresh water, 500 gallons of fuel, and 100 gallons holding tank capacity. So that means that this one's actually got a cruising speed of 7 knots and a range of around 1500 nautical miles. There's very few boats of this size that has got such a cruising range on it, and you'll find that these boats are very popular when it comes to doing the great loop. There's an extended bathing platform and also boarding ladle on the stern, and that makes it easy getting in and out the water, but also in and out of the sports tender too. Stepping on board is easily done. There's access in both port and starboard into this aft cockpit. This is where you're going to find the fuel and water filler. There's also storage here, and I like the fact that this is fully enclosed. But it does have removable canopy covers, or you can roll them up as you can see in sections here. We've got the propane grill out the back. You get easy access to all your stern lines. And then you'll see for this particular one, the owner has also mounted up all his fishing gear up overhead. The current owners are living on board full time, but they've also been enjoying cruising this one throughout the Bahamas. And whenever you step on board, this one just feels like home. I love how bright it is inside, across between those large windows, but also all the bright colours that they've used. You got a flat screen TV mounted up overhead. You got that open section into the galley. You get the stairs that lead up to the pilot house. The doors that you see next to the stairs, that's actually a laundry. There's a washer and a dryer in there. There's also storage underneath all the seats. You can see that you've got the different drawers on this side. But on the port side, you've got a cockpit table that folds out and drops down. Really good headroom in here. There's good headroom throughout. I'm 6'2" and I've got no issues. Even with a ceiling fan mounted up overhead, giving you that extra breeze inside. I like the bright woodwork that's in here, and then as we move forward, you'll see that this takes you down into the galley. Now I know you're supposed to call it a galley, but in a Great Harbour it always feels like you're stepping into the kitchen. And the reason I say that is most of the appliances are what you're going to find at home. You get a large amount of countertop space. You've got a deep sink, and I prefer having this to having 2 sinks. Now you've got the retractable faucet that's got the shower head feature on it. You've got opening portholes. You get plenty of storage. And then underneath here, you got your toaster oven, then you've got your electric stovetop, you got your coffee maker, and even simple things. Everything's been so well thought out and laid out on this boat. And they've got real testament to the way that Great Harbour pays such close attention to detail. If I open these doors, look at the fact you've got multiple hinges on the door, so that way it opens completely and you don't lose access in the corner space. So you get easier access not only for more storage, but also larger storage for things like your pots and pans and things like that. It's a really clever setup. These boats are often purchased by people that's either looking for a liveaboard or looking at doing something like the Great Loop, where they'll be spending time on it for like a year at a time. And you've got things like your full height American fridge freezer with a water and ice maker on the door. There's no sacrifices to be made when moving on board. To starboard, this one's got an inbuilt office. This could double up as a perfect spot for doing all your day-to-day work that you want, but it could also be an ideal spot to do your charts and navigation and things like that. Still trying to convince the bank manager this is also where I should be doing my YouTube channel from. But again, height is not a restriction, and you've also got those large portholes giving you plenty of natural light. And this is also where you're going to find the day head. So in here you've got your toilet, You could just think, I like the use of the mirror. It helps again make it bright, but it also makes the area feel bigger as well. You don't have that dark claustrophobic feeling, especially if you're going to have guests on board. This boat's called Lazy Days, and lazy days are the best days. Then as you move forward, this takes you into the owner's stateroom. And for live aboard use or extended cruising, I've yet to find a better cabin in a boat that's around this size. There is so much space, there's so much storage. Beds easily accessible from either side. Now, as I mentioned, the owners are permanently living on board this boat, so out of respect for their privacy, I'm not going to open any of the drawers and lockers, but you get an idea just how much room we have in here. And again, in here we've got the opening portholes, fresh air and light coming through. Woodwork's in perfect condition. I love that gloss that it has. I like the artwork on the headboard. Up overhead we've got a hatch, and this has got that where you can have the solid blind closed or the mesh blind closed. That way you can open the hatch and you don't need to worry about bugs or whatever coming in. Another flat screen TV mounted up. And then it's pretty much the same setup on both port and starboard for all the different storage options. And this one is fully ensuite. So you've got your walk-in shower. There's plenty of room in that shower to be able to use it and enjoy it without any issues. And then you got the toilet next to it. And then you've got the sink and vanity station in the main cabin itself. And whether you're an experienced sailor or you're new to boating, there's words of wisdom mounted up on here that everybody should take note of, and that is the basic rules of boating. Keep the water out, keep the people in, don't hit anything. And then behind the door, not only do we have more storage options, but this is also where you're going to find the main breaker panel for all your AC and DC controls. And it is both because there's a 9.5 kilowatt generator, but it also boasts that this one's got lithium house bank batteries with solar panels and a 40 gallon per hour seawater water maker too. And then I'll take you up to the pilot house. I really like how easy it is to walk around this boat, and there's always handholds in place that you feel safe and secure. As I mentioned earlier, behind those doors and the stairs, that's where you're going to find a washer and dryer. There's storage underneath the stairs itself. But whenever you climb up here, I just love the GH lineup because it always feels and reminds me of the fishing boats and tugboats that I used to be in when I started out boating, but obviously with a much more luxurious feel to it now. And if you are looking at doing extended cruising, you've got a perfect watch berth up there, but the seating area in front of that watch berth, that actually converts into a double berth too. So this cockpit table, the leaf light opens out, and then you can drop the table down and you can make a double berth here as well. You get 360-degree visibility. Most of the windows up here are actually opening windows as well, so you get plenty of fresh air coming through. I don't know if you'll pick it up on the camera, but this one has also got cameras throughout the boat, and they've got the screen set up here where everything just cycles through. So when you're at the helm, you can keep an eye of everything on board, including in the engine room itself. You'll see all those air conditioning vents because this one's fully air conditioned throughout. Then you get your electronics, all your communications, your engine instrumentation. You even get controls for the windlass and the searchlight from here. Everything you could possibly need. And I don't know if you can make it out on the camera, but these have got Yanmar engines, and the engine hours are just under 6,500 hours. Plenty of life left in them, but the other beauty of Yanmar is it's so easy to get spares and repairs for them anywhere you want to go cruising. These engines are used in a wide range of applications, not just in boats. And then on the port side we've also got space again for your paper charts and any of your logbooks and things like that, and plenty of storage for keeping it all close at hand too. And underneath, this has currently got tools on board, but you'll also see one of the air conditioning units. And I like the fact that there's so many components of this boat is easily accessible for doing any servicing, any upgrades, any repairs, anything like that. Not only does that make it easier for the owner to do while out cruising, but but if you do need professional help, it's going to be a lot easier to get that help done in a timely manner, and the quicker they can do it, the cheaper they can do it. Stepping out onto the side deck, again you've got that handrail wrapped around the side, so you always feel safe and secure. And then on the back is where you're going to find the sports tender with the davit. I like the fact that it's up here, so that way you don't need to worry about it while you're cruising. Sometimes when boats are on davits, you've got to worry about them swinging around, or you certainly don't want to be towing any length of time. But with this, you pretty much forget about it until you need it. I also like the fact that there's a lot of seats on here, a lot of comfort on here, so that way if you do want to go island hopping through the Caribbean, you can just drop anchor and you've got your plenty of easy access right at your fingertips. There's storage boxes out here, and these are ventilated, so that way if you want to keep gas in here, if you want to keep cleaning stuff in here, you don't need to worry about it the same. And up top they've even got a kayak stored up here, that's secured tightly in place. But I do want to highlight that the mast, the aerials, the antennas, everything that you can see on board is all easy to drop down. So that way if you are looking at doing a great loop, or if you're worried about any height restrictions, don't rule this one out, because this one's been designed for it. You see the ladders that lead up to the roof. Easy to get the kayak, but it's also easy to get to those antennas should you need to do any upgrades. And then as you can see, we've got the side door access to both sides of the helm, so it doesn't matter if you're coming in through port or starboard or going through the lock gates. And then you've got boarding access here as well. You can open these out for stepping in and off. Portuguese bridge leading up to the bow. This can be closed off if you've got young family or pets on board. You've got newer seating installed out here. Easy access to the windlass. And you'll see that this one's got 2 anchors installed. And as well as having the windlass controls, we've also got a deck wash up here too. And then underneath those seats, we've got more storage, and again, those are ventilated, so that way you can keep things like cleaning materials and not have to worry about that fumes. I really do like the Great Harbour lineup. I think they offer tremendous value for money. They no longer make the GH line, but Great Harbour are still producing the N line, as well as their TT. And the engine is easily accessed through the hatch in the saloon. And you're going to find a pair of Yanmar 56 horse diesel engines. But in here you've also got access to the water maker, to those lithium batteries. But just look how much space you've got down here. If you want to do any sort of maintenance, checks, whatever, you can see those cameras up there as well that you can monitor it all from the helm. Those large lights also make it easier down here. Access to all your steering gear, all your filters, everything's clearly labelled, including the checklist. You've also got all sorts of spares, and those will be included with the sale of the boat. And the easier it is to do maintenance, the more likelihood the maintenance has been done, and you can definitely tell that with this one. It's also got the dripless shafts, a very dry build, very clean engine room. I mean, as I pan around, you've got to remember this boat's 20 years old, but in more ways than one you would never know it. And then behind the steps is where the actual generator itself is. I like the fact that this isn't one of those sound shield boxes, so whether the engines are running, the generator's running, or both, you're hardly going to know it at all whenever the boat's underway. I'd like to thank Joe for the opportunity to come on board and check this one out. As always, I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments. If you can leave a comment down below. If you haven't done so already, if you can hit that like and subscribe button, it really does make a difference. And I look forward to catching you on the next one. Thanks everyone.